It's showtime.
Sorry, I was trying to pound down a soda before the show. If I belch, I'm sorry. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, I'm General Lemuel Z. Howitzer, and I'm wearing red and green because this is a special Christmas episode. I got to hide the logo that's under my shirt there. It's pornographic, I think. So we're doing this show, this particular show. We're doing Santa's Sleigh. Okay, and then the next show, which will start in about 60 minutes, we will be doing another movie. So we're doing a double feature back to back for Christmas, for the holidays, monster movies. So let me bring up my able-bodied assistants, Major Hazzard and Master Sergeant Havoc.
It's a double feature. You see, you're getting all wild with that peach tea, General. You got to take it easy.
No. I was drinking a soda, orange soda.
Are you an eggnog man, General?
Before the credits rolled.
Are you an eggnog man? Like as we get closer to the holidays, are you going to be slogging down the eggnog?
I hate it. I can't stand eggnog.
Okay, what about you, Master Sergeant? You look like an eggnog man.
I'm all about the eggnog. Yep.
I could tell.
The more nog, the better.
The more nog, the better. That's right. That's what I always say.
You do.
That's what I always say.
Really nogged.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep. I drink so much eggnog that I pass out, and then I have sugar plums dancing in my head.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful thing to experience.
That's because you put the right stuff in the eggnog, and that I like.
Well, yeah. But the thing is, you got to be careful with that stuff because you don't want to wake up in the middle of town underneath the city Christmas tree, naked. Not that happened to me anytime.
Yeah,
but it happens.
It sounds like the voice of experience.
Well,
it's okay. It's okay, Master Sergeant. It's okay because it's happened to me on a variety of occasions when I was in college. Yeah, because I went to a party school, and people don't know this about me because I'm so bookish and erudite these days. But I used to be a party gal, and there was a time when that was pretty regular fare for me. That's happened to me more than once. I'm sad to say.
People say you're bookish, really?
Bookish, because I'm so smart. I got so many degrees. I worked for NASA.
Well, you're smart, but.
I'm very bookish.
There's something about that adjective, bookish.
I'm very bookish, General. People call me bookish.
Bookish.
People look at me and they call me bookish because I read the books. I read textbooks. I read memoirs. I'm always reading the newspaper. You got to spend more time with me, General. I'm very bookish.
It's the glasses.
Well, I would.
Yes, glasses.
Roland is usually on your arm, so
that's what I'm saying. He calls me bookish like 18 times a day. You should ask Roland when you see him. Just ask him. He'll call me bookish.
And you like that?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing because he knows how smart I am. We have a very intellectual engagement, General, because Roland is very smart.
I can hear him saying that. Oh, you look bookish.
Exactly. He says it to me all the time. It's like one of the key things.
You're so bookish, my dear.
It was the first time that he ever floided with me. He called me bookish and he was floiding.
Floyd?
He was floiding. He was floiding with me.
He looks like a floider.
He's a real floider. Yeah, just with me though, because he's a very loyal boy. He's a good boy. He loves his mother. He's always helping his mother to cook and bake her brownies, and it's amazing. He's just a good boy. He's a really good boy.
He's a good boy. All right. Well, with that said, let's get into our timeline. What a segue.
And I love you, baby, because I know you're watching, because he's so supportive. He watches everything I do. So I love you, honey, and I know you're in the other room and all that, but I just wanted to send my love to Roland. He's the best talk show host that ever existed, bar none.
Thanks. Yes, Roland is the host of a new show that's on our network.
Yes.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. There we go again. Oh man. We're
gotta calm down, General, with all of it.
We're on X, which was formerly Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Cosmos Creative TV. Excuse me. And
we're on Facebook and Blue Sky too.
There's Blue Sky now. There's another one.
There's Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
So there's another show called Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review. If you haven't seen it and you like our show, you definitely want to go check it out because the characters there are very interesting. The people there. So I think you'll like them. If you like this show, I think you'll like them. That's just me. But they talk about Godzilla movies and Rodan movies and King Ghidorah and Mothra and stuff like that.
That's true. And hold on, because we got somebody watching. We got Roach Media Labs. Thank you for watching. He's reminding us we're also on the TikTok. Yeah, we're also on the TikTok. You can also
TikTok.
You can watch the clips of the show there. So you still want to go to Cosmos Creative TV on TikTok because you're going to also see some of the clips. Yeah, you're going to see the
live show is on those other platforms.
But the live show is on the other platforms.
Twitter,
right.
Yeah, YouTube. That's live. So, and you can tune in and comment, about whatever we're watching.
Just like Roach Media Labs is doing now.
Yeah. So we're this time it's Goldberg, the wrestler, playing Santa Claus in Santa's Sleigh, a Media Aid production. The movie opens up with an incredible Christmas dinner scene full of stars, jam-packed with stars. James Caan is the patriarch of the family. We have Fran Drescher there, the nanny. We got Chris Kattan from Saturday Night Live, Rebecca Gayheart, who is a scream queen in a lot of these movies. It's quite a scene. There's James Caan heading the table. And they're totally disgusting to each other. They're these snobby, posh, nose stuck up in the air, just assholes.
This
is not for kids, by the way, folks. This show is for adults, and we're gonna spell it like it is.
This dude here, he looks kind of like the dad from Elf.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does look very similar.
Yeah.
So, if you like the movie Elf, you probably won't like this one. Anyway, I'm just saying. So, the matriarch, played by Fran Drescher, is groping Chris Kattan under the table right in front of her husband. They're just thoroughly disgusting, terrible people. And then the dog barks, and through the chimney comes Santa Claus. But it's a different Santa Claus. He's kind of an angry Santa Claus. He has been forced for the last few centuries to be nice to people and children and bring presents and stuff like that. And he is just hated it the whole time. And now he is free of this curse of his. And now he can do whatever the hell he wants. And now he's out for revenge. He kicks the dog up into the ceiling fan, which I think is hysterical. I don't know why. But it's kind of cruel, but there it is. And then he starts killing the people at the table. So he stabs the turkey forks into James Caan's hands through the table. Everybody screams. Everybody screams in this town of Halloween. So Fred Drescher, he lights her hair on fire by spraying alcohol and a lighter, and torches her, puts her on fire, and then puts the fire out by putting her head in the punch bowl.
And I gotta say, a lot of family Christmas outings can resemble this in so many ways. So if you're suffering like this, I just want you to know you're not alone. A lot of families go through this every single holiday season. It's crazy. It's totally bananas.
Yep. There's probably a hotline for this.
Psychotic now.
There's got to be a hotline. There's got to be a hotline. Somebody's got to come up with that because it's ubiquitous. Everybody's doing this. It's crazy.
So, Santa kills Chris Kattan, and he kills the other two girls at the table. The last one, there's Fran Drescher coming up out of the punch bowl. Kills her. There's a girl under the table. She tries to run for the front door, and he takes the star off the top of the tree and shurikens, Chinese style shurikens, right in the back, and takes her out. And then he stuffs a turkey drumhead into James Caan's mouth because James Caan can't move, and he chokes him to death. So they all die in gruesome fashion because it's Santa's sleigh.
You got to wonder how their agents hooked them all up like this. I mean, these are like accomplished actors. I can't even believe it.
I'm not sure how. Well, here's the thing. It was probably a one-day shoot. They probably all made like $10,000 for the day. Depending on the James Caan probably made a little more. Fran Drescher maybe a little more. Again, they only had to shoot one day, and they probably had a ball shooting the scene. They probably had a lot of fun shooting this scene where they all die. So here we go. Christmas Eve.
We got Christmas in hell.
Yeah. The town is Hell Township.
Hell Township. Yep.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I've lived in some places that really could give this place a run for its money when it comes to hellscape. I'm telling you, there's a lot of these places. There's a lot of them out in the Midwest, particularly. No offense, but.
Are you on assignment? Why aren't we seeing you?
No, you're going to be seeing me a little bit later. But right now I got a peanut butter situation I got to deal with. You don't want any part of it.
All right. You had to eat a snack. Okay.
Use your imagination.
Peanut butter? I don't want to use my imagination if it involves Roland. So anyway, peanut butter.
You hear that, honey? He's talking about you because you're famous. He watches the show. He watches the show. He's
well, that's good. Here we
His
have
mother also watches the show, but I got to tell you, she's not a fan of yours, General.
Okay. Well, that's pleasing.
You took that much better than I thought you would.
I don't like it when people hate me. I mean, I try to save people. I try to show people how to save themselves. I try to be nice about it, but there's going to be haters out there. Haters are going to hate.
Well, she's not a hater. She just thinks that sometimes, you're too competitive with her son, so I understand.
I am not competitive with her son.
Okay, well, you can deny it all you want, but I'm not the only person saying it. You're jealous of the BDE.
If he's competing with me, it's news to me.
No, he's not. He's got the BDE. He doesn't have to compete with nobody.
The BDE? What the hell?
The Master Sergeant has already explained this to you, General.
Really? Did we explain this on this show?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The BDE. It's the Big Dingus Energy.
Big Dingus Energy. Okay.
The dingo ate your baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to the timeline. I don't want to dwell on that.
I'm already dwelling enough for both of us, General. It's all right. I dwell every day there.
This is a seriously disgusting, nasty woman, very angry, Scrooge-like. All the people in the town are kind of Scrooge-like.
Well, it's Helltown. What do you expect,
No, except this kid. This kid is kind of a nice kid. His name is Jack Skellington. What the hell? Got my notes mixed up. Here
General,
we go.
you got your notes mixed up because you were having too much of the
Nicholas Yulson. Who wrote this shit? I mean, seriously, Nicholas Yulson. That's his name. Played by Douglas Smith. I did mention that Santa Claus is played by Bill Goldberg, right? The wrestler.
No,
I just love wrestling so much. It was so good.
So, okay. So, all right. So this kid's a nice kid. He's there's a girl that works in this deli where they work in a delicatessen. Her name is Mary Mac McKenzie. She's played by Emily DeRavin, and I won't growl because she's jailbait here. She looks great now, by the way. It's 20 years later. I'll give a growl for that. But look her up on IMDb. Emily DeRaven.
I'll tell you something, General. It just occurred to me, you could patch things up with Roland's mother if you were to give her a growl, because I know that was the one thing before you started to compete with her son.
I've never seen her.
What?
I think it's this lady here.
No, it's not that lady there. But I'll bring you a picture, and then if you give her a growl sometime, I think she'll really be flattered.
Well, again, I got nothing against the woman. I mean, I think her son is a delightful young man. I think his obsession with Godzilla is a little over the top, but he's a nice guy.
You see what I'm talking about? This is exactly, you were doing so well, and then there's the left-handed compliment, and then the dig.
What?
I'm just saying, you were starting out so pleasant.
Did I just say that? I thought he was a delightful young man.
Except that but then you got to give a dig. Why you got to give the dig? You were doing so well.
I didn't realize I gave a dig.
He didn't do nothing to you, General.
His fans are exactly like he is. They love Godzilla.
Yeah.
And again, he gives them what they like. So again, what's
he's
wrong?
He's
an
exploit. I mean, he's an absolute exploit. He knows everything about kaiju.
I forgot to write this character actor's name down. I believe it's Saul Rubinek is his name.
Yep. Yeah, it's Saul Rubinek. Yep.
And he's been in a lot of movies. He's been in a lot of stuff. And he plays I guess he's Nicholas's father in this. No, he's his uncle.
No, he just works for him. No, wait, no, I think he is his uncle.
Yeah, because he got a grandfather. He's coming up a little bit, grandpa.
Yep.
So I thought this was the father, and grandpa, played by Robert Culp from I Spy. He's going to come up in a little bit. It's not Grandpa from the Monsters. It's another grandpa. But he's kind of weird too. There's Mac. She's and the lady is, again, just totally disgusting. She's just a bitch. She is a major biatch with a capital B. So she walks out the door. She's a knuckle driver too. She drives with her knuckles up above her head on the steering wheel. And she's driving out of town in her one of those big ass old lady cars. And it's like a Buick, it's huge. It's like a tank. And Goldberg comes up on her tail end. He has got like a white buffalo. Did you ever see that movie, The White Buffalo, with Charles Bronson?
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous movie. They were making all these movies that kind of be like Jaws, with these giant things attacking people. And one of them was the white buffalo. The other one was Orca with Richard Harris. I remember that too. That was terrible. They were both terrible. They were really bad. Anyway, he runs her off the road in his sleigh with his white buffalo. And she crashes and the car burns it. And we're all happy about it because they make these characters so nasty and hate. You just want to hate them. And so when they die, you're like, yay. That's kind of the point, I guess. So Santa Claus is doling out justice, Yuletide justice. So they do a little scene here where they're kind of exchanging gifts and stuff. And the guy says, okay, you kids go home, And they, it's nice. It's a cute little scene. And he gives him a Sergeant Havoc. Can you kind of explain this? What this is? It's kind of a time device, right?
It's it's like a clock, but it's got like all the time zones, so you know what time it is, and like every time zone,
right?
And it's counting down.
So the West Coast
calendar.
Where the time in Europe, where the time is at the North Pole.
Exactly. So this this is a little bit of kind of foreshadowing. It comes into play later on.
Correct. So again, everything's written in for a reason, right?
Yep.
So all right. So he goes home with Mac. Mac drives him home. She can drive. He can't for some reason. She's got a nice big ass truck with guns in it and everything. So she comes from a family full of guys, and so she's kind of a tomboy, or she says she doesn't look like a tomboy, but she says she's kind of a tomboy, that kind of thing. So he's got like a zillion locks on the door, but he's got his key. He's got the key like right under the mat there, or right under like a flower plant or something. So it's like the most obvious place. But he goes in and he locks all the locks and everything. And his grandpa pops up. And his grandpa, again, is played by Robert Culp from I Spy. His grandpa's got a bunker. His grandpa's kind of loopy. And he's an inventor, but he invents like old ancient kind of stuff that's already, it's kind of weird. How do I describe it? He creates stuff from old things.
Yeah,
so
he repurposes stuff that nobody really needs, like a record player to have on your back, and like, I guess he never heard of an iPod.
Yeah, or again, this film was done 20 years ago, so at that time, iPods were probably popular. What was just before iPod? They had the Sony Walkman. Remember that?
Walkman, yep.
The tapes.
Right.
So this is kind of like you said. This is probably the time where they had the iPods, which was very convenient. And this is really clunky. And he's trying to be nice to his grandpa. Oh yeah, that's great, Grandpa. Yeah, I like it. But the record's gonna fall off. It's on his back, and it's vertical. So something blows here.
Oh, he picks up the nutcracker and he opens it up, and Grandpa tells him, no, don't mess with that. But it shoots out like a missile or something.
Okay.
No, it shoots out chestnuts that explode. Exploding chestnuts.
Exploding chestnuts. That's right.
Which
so you gotta
I'm sure there's some cream or something for that.
You got to watch out for those exploding chestnuts.
That's
Am I right, Havoc?
Yes, sir.
You sounded like you had some experience there, General, the way you asked that. I think that's something from your...
My chestnuts have exploded a few times. Just saying.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. I'll have to ask.
Open fire. So his camouflage for the front of the bunker is, you can kind of see it. It's like, oh, that's not a doorway to secret bunker. No.
Well, yeah, he's got like a big map in front of it.
But you can see the door under it. Yeah. So they go into his secret bunker, and there's like televisions, showing security cameras all around the place, and obviously he's expecting something bad. That's the whole point. And and Nicholas is like, hey, Grandpa, why do you gotta have all this stuff? And then Santa Claus shows up. Where is he at?
Well, he's out in the street. He's doing that Salvation Army thing where he's ringing the bell and carrying the money.
Right. Yeah, he's just outside and he's walking around town.
Yeah, and some punk tries to mug him, and he stabs him in the eye with a candy cane.
With a candy cane
that he sharpened with his tongue.
Like we do. We sharpen when we suck on the candy canes. Yeah, it becomes sharp. It becomes a shiv. You can use a candy cane as a shiv and actually break it off too.
Yeah, well, he shivved this dude right in the eye.
Right in the eye.
Yep.
This is a pretty graphic film, folks. I mean, really, it's got some pretty graphic death scenes.
I can't even believe they got away with this. This is shocking, to be honest. This is absolutely, it's mesmerizing. You can't look away, but it's one of those things that'll stay with you. I'm pretty sure it's nightmare fuel for a lot of us.
Positively shocking.
You see, there you go, competing with Rory Penland now. You get all competitive with these guys.
Just do voices sometimes. Why?
You gotta just love yourself, General. You gotta love yourself.
Why is that a problem? I love the fact that I can do voices too. Rory does much better voices than I do, but I like the fact that I can do some. I can't do Robert Culp, but I can do Sean Connery.
Well,
he can probably do Robert Culp.
Roland, who's watching from the other room, he just texted me that I was rude, so I'm going to apologize.
Well, you are coming down on me kind of hard tonight. It's Christmas.
I know. I don't know. There must have been something
like
in the
Grinch.
peanut butter.
It's not like I'm Ebenezer Scrooge. Come on, give me a break.
I think there's something in the peanut butter. Roland's agreeing with you. He said I'm a little bit off my rocker tonight, so that's okay. I apologize, General. I apologize.
Okay.
Truth be told, Roland's mother can be a bit of a, she can be a little hard to get along with sometimes. So I think I'm just feeling the stress. Yeah.
Don't let him hear you say that.
No, it's okay. The whole block knows it. She's been living there for like 80 years. Everybody knows.
It's okay. He knows I hate her.
No, I don't hate her now. It's not like that. But it's like a female thing. You wouldn't understand. It's like you got two cats and you put two cats in a room, and sometimes there's like some
cats in a bag.
Exactly.
Fur will fly.
Sometimes the fur is gonna fly, but it's just a female thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So Grandpa is going to tell Nicholas about the Santa Claus and what Santa Claus is really all about. And there's a book there that has the ancient tale of how Santa Claus lost a bet or lost a wager and was trapped by the wager into being nice to everybody and delivering presents at Christmas time every year. And then Mac shows up. He's just starting to tell the story, and then Mac shows up. He doesn't get the full story out. So, but we know this Anna's, not nice. So she gets him it's like a one of those Transformers, but it's a gun. It transforms into like a lighter. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it gives the grandpa some kind of weird, awful looking meat thing. And grandpa's like, oh yeah, we'll eat this later.
It's like venison, isn't it, or something?
Venison or something, yeah.
Yeah, like reindeer.
Yep.
Yeah, this is barbecued reindeer. Oh, yep. Thanks. Yeah, how sweet. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a robot? No, it's a gun. And I thought they were going to use that later in the film, and I don't think they did. I don't think it came back to it.
No, not really.
So it's okay. That's pointless. Thank you. Like most Christmas gifts. Oh, thank you. That was pointless. I love it. All right, so we go to church in Helltown or whatever they call it. Frog goes to Helltown. What? Wait. What?
It's just hell.
Get Hazzard back in here. Hell Township, right?
Hell Township. Yep.
I was trying to look for. I used to have a screenshot of the Roddy Piper in that movie, but I can't find it right now. But yeah.
But do you have him with a Santa hat on?
No, I don't have that one. I don't think I don't have that one. If it existed, I'd have it. Yeah, I would have it.
Santa hat. I bet there's one out there. I bet you can find it.
I think I'll look for it.
That's Dave Thomas, folks, not the guy from Wendy's, but the guy who used to be on SCTV and is one of the Mackenzie brothers. Take off, hoser. Don't forget to leave a tip, eh? So he is the town preacher, the pastor, Pastor Timmons. And he's a very bad man. He likes to take his tithings and go to the local what do they call it? Let's call it strip club. That's the nicest word for it. Strip club.
You wanted to say titty bar, didn't you?
I did. I was going to say that, but it's a Christmas show, and we shouldn't say it that.
That's right. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like that's the most offensive thing about this movie. I mean, come on, we've been way deeper than titty bar. I'll tell you that.
Well, and we just said it like 5 times, so so much for that. Trying to be nice.
I think the FCC. Well, thanks, Elon Musk is getting rid of the FCC anyway, so I think we're in the clear.
What is the one in Dusk to Dawn? A titty twister? Isn't that what it was?
The titty twister. Yep.
So I mean, they actually have it in the name. This one is Gold Diggers.
Gold Diggers. Yep.
Gold Diggers. Home of the
Klondikes.
Home of the Klondikes. Oh, I like it. Tonight, Test Tickler. So the pastor is coming in, and he's got like a gold card or something because they let him right in. And then Santa shows up in his sleigh with his giant white buffalo, and he kills the guard, Bob Newhart. What the hell is that all about? Bada bing. So he kills the bouncer guard at the front, or the front door guard. Wraps a wreath around his neck and squeezes until his eyes turn blood red. Goes inside, admires the young ladies there, and I believe I was able to cut around all the boobery here.
Yeah,
and not show any of the naughty bits. But there might be a side shot or something. It's possible. This could be PG-13. So anyway, my nose is like, damn cats. I got to get rid of these cats. My eyes are burning. My throat sounds like an old man. And my nose is always running. So I'm just getting more and more allergic to these cats. All right. So Pastor Timmons watches as Santa comes in. He ducks out the back door. The bouncers, of course, go right over to Santa Claus to stop him from, God, I guess. Because Santa's he's been a good boy for a couple of centuries now. He's ready for a little fun, and of course Santa makes short work of these guys, and it's a pretty interesting fight. He actually uses one of the poles that the dancers spin around. He's able to pull it up out of the roof and out of the floor and use it as a weapon.
But even Santa, he takes the time to wipe it down first.
He does. He actually that's actually a funny joke. That's actually one of the funniest jokes in the movie. Yeah. A lot of the jokes miss by a mile. Some of it is so dark, you're just like, yeah, that's supposed to be funny. But that was actually funny. That actually made me laugh. He electrocutes one guy with the pole as well. There we go. He pops it up into a lamp, one of those roof ceiling lamps. And then he sets the place on fire, and the girls are stuck in there, and they all burn up. Santa, you are so bad.
Yeah, they're just trying to entertain some folks. They ain't done nothing except show off the boobage. But it was kind of a shame. But anyway,
Jesus would have forgave them.
Jesus would have. That's right. That's right.
They know not what they do, but not Santa. Santa's like, burn up, burn.
Yeah. See, now you can see the buffalo there.
Yeah. So he goes outside to his buffalo. The buffalo is actually chewing a hat that belonged to the guy that's supposed to park cars and stuff there.
Yep. The valet.
The valet. Yes.
Yeah. He ate the valet. Yep.
He ate the valet. That's what we're led to believe. Again, another joke that was just kind of eh.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that something is going to happen between Mac and Nicholas here. It looks like it's heading in that direction. Hey, maybe he's starting to understand that she's into him. Sometimes guys, we got to get hit in the head with a brick, before we realize when a girl is, interested in us.
Yeah. I was like, I guess that's the thing about being a teenage boy that I forgot about, because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, dude, really? This girl is clearly wants to get up all in your grill, and
that's a nice way to put it.
And he's like,
she wants to roast those chestnuts, baby.
She wants some of them roasted chestnuts. Yep, and he ain't about that, Like, dude,
such a nice boy.
Yep, and she's all like, yeah, call me when you grow a pair.
Yeah. Eventually, she's like, he's not getting it, and she leaves.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting
Grandpa.
it. He's definitely not getting it.
So he goes back and he reads the rest of the story about Santa Claus, and there was an angel, and we get a kind of a Rankin Bass kind of puppet show here.
This is my favorite part where they do the kind of Rankin Bass animated thing here.
Little nod to it. So yeah, there's an angel, and he I don't know what's it. It's called curling, right? Not shuffleboard.
No, it's curling. Yeah, that's right.
It's like shuffleboard, but it's called curling. And he challenges him, and Santa's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take you on. I'm you know." So Santa goes first, and the angel kind of tricks him because he knocks his thing there. What are those called? Curling things.
I think they're called rocks.
Rock. Okay.
I think so, but
he knocks it into the hole, the ice fishing hole with his, and Santa Claus reacts. He's not happy about it, and he's much younger there. You can see his beard is a lot grayer and not as white.
Mm-hmm.
The puppet looks suspiciously like Grandpa. His hair is pretty fly like Grandpa's. So I think we gather that Grandpa was the actual angel, and that explains why he's got all this security stuff here, because he's expecting Santa Claus to, he's expecting the thing to break this year. So Nicholas does some research on gonad, which I thought was a funny bit. I can't read that; it's too small. But
it says Global Operations Network for Aerospace Defense.
Yes.
It's a spoof of NORAD, but gonad.
Yeah, gonad. So he's trying to track Santa to see if he can find him. The next Christmas day, early in the morning, bright early in the morning, we see a nice little nativity scene set up, and Santa blasts right through it with his giant white buffalo. And the head of Jesus falls, or I guess it's Joseph, falls right by these two old people's feet. Oh, they're shocked. But you're still alive. You're lucky to be alive. He didn't run over you, and he could have.
Yeah. Now.
So these are some kids that are opening their Christmas presents that Santa left them, and they blow up. So the family blows up, and the grandparents, they're like, "Oh, that's not supposed to happen, is it?" I can't remember the line. There was like a funny line there, and it fell flat, I think.
Yeah.
These newfangled toys today. It's something like that. It's like, oh, come on. How did you get this crap made? You couldn't even get The Rock to do it. You had to get Goldberg. The Rock was doing everything at that time, too.
Yeah.
He was the Scorpion King, by gosh. Pastor Timmons, this is a funny bit. Pastor Timmons says he starts naming off the names of the dancers who were killed in the Gold Diggers Club. It's just, I thought it was funny. Yeah. I thought that was a funny bit. Maybe Dave Thomas wrote that.
Pray for their souls. Yeah.
Please pray for the souls of, Candy Cane. Whatever, and he's just going off with all these dancer names. All right, so Saul Rubinek's character, the deli guy, the employer of Nicholas Yulson, probably his uncle, he gets a visit from Santa, and Santa closes the sign on the door so that it's closed, it's not open anymore, and the guy's like, hey, what are you doing? And he pins him to the wall with a menorah because he's clearly Jewish. It's a Jewish deli. This bit really didn't do it for me as well. They kept trying to make it look like he's survived, and he keeps coming back to life. They do a thing in the end credits with it too, and I'm like, no, it's just gross. So I can't remember what he wants here, Santa Claus. What he's looking for. He's looking for something.
Yeah.
But he sees when he's there, maybe he goes in for a bagel. I don't know. But he sees a picture on the wall with the grandpa, with the angel that tricked him, and it's grandpa.
Mm-hmm. And the kid, yep. And
yeah, so
Nicholas.
he knows that the angel is in this town somewhere. So he goes outside, and we have a little bit where he's looking at some Hasidic Jews, and they're looking at him, and somehow he convinces, or he attacks something or someone, and the police show up, and the Hasidic Jews are the ones that get blamed for it, and get put in the police car. And this is the scene with Tiny Lister. Basically selling Nicholas gum, and that's it. That's the whole. It doesn't move the plot forward at all. It's just like Tiny Lister must have showed up one day and they said, "Hey, let's shoot a scene. Let's do a scene with you," and this is it. He does nothing.
Yeah.
He smiles. So, all right. So Nicholas comes in. He sees his uncle pinned to the wall, menorah. Oh my God! He goes in. The shop's been broken into, and the uncle comes alive, and he says, "Santa Claus, beware of Santa Claus." And again, the kid already knows Santa Claus, the whole story about Santa Claus, and he's a psychotic now, and so he knows. So this just kind of reaffirms. So when he goes out, they're putting the Hasidic Jews in the police car. And the police officers say, hey, what are you doing here, kid? And they decide to take him in. Why not? Maybe you did this, huh? Yeah, we'll take you to the police station. And we meet the police chief, Captain Kalk, played by Michael David Sims. I don't know. We kind of get the obligatory, you're a teen, so you're probably, you're probably trouble. And, you need to buck up and fly right, blah, 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 blah. Again, pretty pointless. So the police aren't going to help out. And he's looking at his gift that his uncle gave him. And he's like, hey, you know what? Santa Claus is, he's psychotic now. And he's attacking the town. And we've got 6 hours. We got 6 hours until, he's done. He's finished this year. So there it is. But he doesn't listen. And the police guys don't listen. And so he leaves. They let him go. And again, they're kind of making fun of him and when he was coming out, and they're kind of useless police officers. They're written that way. I don't like that, but there it is. It tells us that they're going to die. Goldberg's going to come in here and they're going to die. Because they're being not good. So there's a package that's been delivered to the police station, a Christmas package, and it's ticking. And there's a bit where this one officer tiptoes his way behind these other guys, and it's clearly ticking. So that's supposed to be funny. And then Goldberg shows up. And by the way, Nicholas and Mac are driving back to, I guess, his place.
Yeah, she goes and picks him up.
So he wants to find out where the angels live, or where the angel lives. So he goes to the police station and kills all the police officers, and then gets them to tell him where the grandpa is. And okay, they've worked up some bits here with the bodies. One of them is on the floor lying like he's in a chalk outline already or something. Mm-hmm. They were pinning stuff up to a Christmas tree to the wall, and now the cop is pinned to the wall. It's stuff like that. It's sticky stick. We've talked about this kind of thing before. So he takes a police car and he chases after Mac and Nick. And we have a scene where they see him behind them, and she has a shotgun, in her car. Nick doesn't know how to use it. And she's like, yeah, shoot him. Shoot Santa? Yes. And he can't figure out how to use the gun. So Santa jumps on the truck. They take off with Santa on the truck. So we get a nice little, stuntman scene where a stuntman dresses Santa Claus is, on top of the truck that's moving. And then he's shoulder rolling as they stop suddenly. And then they shoot at him and shoot him. And it doesn't really kill him. And he whistles for his giant white buffalo. So they are on the run, and they get to his place, and he unlocks it, and it takes forever for him to unlock it, but they get inside and he locks it back up. And he goes into Grandpa's bunker. What they don't realize is the map that comes down over the door didn't come down all the way. So again, you see the bottom of the door, but they're inside the bunker. And they see Santa Claus. Oh no, they see carolers. There's a bunch of carolers that are going to sing. They're like, oh my God, Santa's going to come and kill all of them. Get him out of there. So they run out and they're like, you got to get away. He's coming. And this actually was kind of a funny scene for me. It's pretty violent, but he's picking up women carolers and tossing them, and stuff like that. And he's just beating the hell out of these poor carolers who have no idea why Santa Claus is going crazy, and beating them all up. Mac and Nick run back inside, and in their hurry to lock up and get inside, that's when the thing doesn't come down all the way. So he's going to find him. What he doesn't know is there's another exit. Grandpa's pretty sneaky that way. Going right through the water cooler. And that's where they go. All right, so I can't see what's going on here. I think they're in the garage.
Yeah, they're walking through the garage. He's got all this
couple
stuff.
of snowmobiles. Yeah, so he says, okay, you kids get out of here and get safe, all right? A couple snowmobiles. Santa goes in. He sees the book. He's pleased to see the book, that has the story. Then he goes to the bunker, and he makes short work of the door, gets out of the door, gets through the door. But then he realizes they're outside. So he runs outside, and then we got a great shot of him looking at him like, I'm going to kill your ass. And they get away on their, snowmobiles. And then he sees the angel, played by Robert Culp. And they have a little back and forth. And, but the kids get away, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, there's some shtick with the snowmobiles. One of them won't start, so she has to get on his, and there's just the one snowmobile and all that. And Santa Claus runs over.
He's wearing a Scottish military hat.
Yeah, which I thought, wait a minute,
why?
And ain't he supposed to be Scandinavian or something? Or why is he wearing the Scottish? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of didn't make sense. So anyway, Santa chases after him with his white buffalo sleigh, and it's flying now, and he's throwing packages, Christmas presents down, which are exploding packages, and so we get kind of a James Bond kind of chase kind of thing. And they go through the town, and there's a big Christmas tree ceremony there where everybody's dressed as Santa Claus. And he barrels through the tree. The tree blows up, which is kind of weird. And Pastor Timmons falls into the sleigh with Santa. So he's dressed as Santa in the sleigh with Santa, and there he is. And again, the tree's blowing up behind him for no apparent reason. That damn Christmas tree is flammable as hell, isn't it? And the pastor's nuts. He's like, what the hell? Why am I dreaming? And Santa knocks him out. Nice little sticky stick. They get to the school, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
They go to their local school to hide out there.
Yep.
Not sure why they chose there, but anyway, a lot of place to hide, I guess. And there's some stuff there where Santa Claus is chasing him in the school. They have to break in the window. They go to the library. Santa Claus sees him in the library through one of those mirror things. He looks at his thing, says, "Oh, we got 4 hours left, or all we got to do is stay." Maybe it was 2 hours. Stay alive and keep away from Santa Claus. And Santa's he finds him. He's pretty good at that. He tracks him and finds him, and then he's firing like balls of fire at him.
Yeah.
A little fun with fire, Scarecrow.
And then we get the gun show here with Goldberg.
The gun show.
The arms. The big muscly arms. It's the gun show. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm with you. Sorry.
It's all right.
Any guns in this scene? His guns.
His guns, yeah.
Now we're gonna see Santa Claus without his coat on, because it's Goldberg. Yeah, so they're again trying to get away from him. They end up in the ice rink of the school, because it's probably a Canadian town, Helltown.
Yep.
And Santa Claus comes after them on the ice, and he's gonna mow him down with the Zamboni.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good. Yeah. And then one of those, what do we call those, rocks? One of those things you use, and it's magical. It's glowing green, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It hits the Zamboni and it stops it. And then Grandpa shows up and he's glowing green, and he's the luck of the Irish, but he's wearing a Scottish hat. I'm not sure what the symbolism is here, but he's an angel, I guess. And now he's got a white and black checkered coat, because that's what you wear when you go to heaven, I guess, if you're his age.
Well, you try to be comfortable up there,
So again, I gotta take points away for the wardrobe department on this film. Just Robert Culp's stuff alone. Why are you making a man wear this stuff? It's embarrassing. Stop it. Don't do that to the poor man. He's an actor. He's been in the business for decades. Don't embarrass him.
He was an I Spy, for heaven's sake.
He was an I Spy with Bill. I'd rather not mention that.
Yeah. And he was also in The Greatest American Hero.
He was in The Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
And a bunch of Columbo episodes.
He's in quite a few. I think he was in 4 Columbo episodes. I don't know how I know that, but it was the two that did the most were him and the guy from The Prisoner.
Patrick McGowan. Yeah.
They both did like 4 each, and they played different characters in each one, but they looked the same.
Yeah.
But Cope was great in those. He's so good at looking annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they face off again on the rink here. Excuse me. There's the ice cracks open, and there's a gateway to hell. Go figure. And they decide they're going to play again. They're going to play another match to see who will win. And we have this feeling that Grandpa's not going to win this time. So he goes first. And Goldberg grabs him and throws him instead. Right into the hole. The Goldberg Santa.
Yep.
Trending now.
And there's Grandpa. Ass up.
Ah!
Going in the
White
hole.
pants and a black and white check coat.
Yep.
That's angel garb right there, buddy.
I'm telling you.
White and black go with everything. So again, Goldberg starts to set his sights on Nicholas and Mac, and
Max or Nicholas shoots him with the
shoots the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker. Yep. See,
Grandpa left behind.
They brought it into play. Yep.
They did bring it into play this time. This thing. There's a lot of stuff that they mentioned earlier that doesn't come in, like the gun thing. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So Goldberg's down and he's stunned. He's amazed.
Shopping with a hot chestnut? What?
And then we find out Grandpa's hanging on for dear life. Wait a minute, he's already dead, isn't he? He was glowing green, wasn't he?
God, he's already dead, so you know.
I'm confused here. Is he dead? Is he alive? Is he going to hell? If he's a ghost, he'll just, those fingers will slip right through that ice grip and he'll just go down to hell, right?
You would think.
So the kids pull him up. they can touch him. The ice hole to hell closes up.
You know, that's one of my favorite AC/DC songs, the Ice Hole to Hell.
Ice hole to hell. You farting ice holes. I'm going to cut your bells off.
Oh my God! Talk about falling flat. Never mind.
Little Johnny Dangerously.
Yep.
All right. So what do we got here?
Oh, Goldberg or Santa back in the sleigh, and the pastor's still out.
Yes. He's got to get back to the North Pole. Am I right?
Yeah, because his time's almost up.
Yeah. His time is almost up. He's got to get back to the North Pole, so he's decided I'll fight another day. And Grandpa's happy, and he says, "You two kids, you know, you got something going on together, so you know, make it happen." And they're like, "What? Yeah, really?" Or he's like, "What? What? Really? She's into me? What?" Because he still doesn't get it. He doesn't go. And then we got a nice little send off to Grandpa with his halo. So yeah, he was an angel ghost. Wait a minute. How was he able to grip to the ice? Was he able not to fall into hell? Wait.
Well, he made himself human for one last time.
Selective humanity.
Yep.
Selective mortality.
There you go.
This script makes no sense at all. Anyway, so Santa is flying around in his sleigh, and they go to some local hunters. They're really good, and say, "Hey, you got to shoot Santa's sleigh down before he gets back." Something like that. I've forgotten exactly what the hell's going on here, but they're
like a shooting club, and
they're shooting at Santa Claus in the sleigh.
Yep.
Yeah, keep moving. Just let's zoom through this. There they go. Then they get him in sights. They shoot him down.
Yeah.
Boom. And he crashes right in the center of town.
Because Mac's dad has a bazooka.
Yes. Mac comes from a very rugged family, and they've got bazookas.
See, I always imagined that you would have a bazooka, General.
I do.
And I know you have a flamethrower.
I do. Maybe I'll show it to you sometime. So Pastor Timmons is dead. We finally get the final kiss between Mac and Nick. And camera pans out. And Goldberg, not dressed as Santa Claus now, is at the airport, and he's getting a ticket to the North Pole. So he's survived somehow, and he's just normal now. He's going back to the North Pole to recharge for the next movie, which never happened. And for good reason. This was a stinker. And that's the last thing we see. Well, no, it's not the last thing we see. We see a bunch of outtakes from the film, which are, again, you know, why? Why? I think this is a Brett Ratner film, is it not?
He produced it.
Oh, he produced it. Okay, he didn't.
Yeah.
He produced it.
Nah.
All right. So that's it. Santa's sleigh, folks. So
that was pretty intense. I got to be honest with you. That was the most intense Christmas movie I ever seen in my life.
Wait till our next episode.
I can't even imagine it, to be honest. This is crazy.
This movie was just silly, stupid, dark humor. Yeah. But the next one that we're going to do is a Christmas horror story. And that movie is legitimately, it's a horror movie. It's scary. Even though it's got Bill Shatner in it, which is kind of scary. How did they get him?
Okay, well, that's going to be up right now, right? So we're going to close out here and then come on back, everybody.
Folks, so tune into that in just 1 minute. We'll be back with a Christmas horror story.
It'll be just
happy holidays. Happy horror day.
This here's Master Sergeant Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time big old giant monster comes calling. See y'all later.